Hey guys, welcome to the narrative. I haven't done a narrative for a while. I was sick for a few weeks there, and then I was just yeah, didn't have energy and stuff. And then I was going to be doing all these live streams and stuff, and I didn't get around to doing it. But I kind of like this part of it. Like, of course, we do the other live stream. You can join that. That's Cast um, here on YouTube. But this is more personal. This is just me being silly and all that. So don't take everything, you know, as the word of God or some deity or something like that. Well, what I've been doing this week and mostly today is a couple of weeks ago I decided to do. Well, once I came out of my I was going to do. Uh, well, I'm co-managing with my team a anime festival here in New Zealand and a couple in December. And so as part of that, I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool that I dressed up as in a costume and as a submarine. And then I had it all set up. I want because I look older, right? Because I'm almost half a century. It's about a few months away, probably 5 or something like that. No, yeah, 5 months. No, 7 months away. Is it 7 months? I don't know. It's the 10th this week, so 10th. Well, yeah, about 7 months away. So please excuse me walking around and stuff because I'm sort of trying to cut up this costume. So anyway, I reached out to my partners and I said, "Hey, look, guys, I'd like to do this because I was going to grow my beard really long, and I'd already done it, and then um, I had a very long goatee, and I was going to leave in 3 months, and I was hoping it'll get to about maybe 10 centimeters or 15 centimeters, make me look like a old guy, right? Old samurai master type thing, and I was going to get them to get me the cosplay uh, yukata and the undergarment, kimono, whatever, and get it all sorted out. Don't take, like I said, don't take my word as the word of God because I make mistakes. I've had too many head injuries and I can't remember some stuff, like words and stuff that on right then and there. I'll remember it about 5 minutes later. But anyway, so then when I got sick, I came back out and I realized that I there was this, 20 odd years ago, right? Just under 20, maybe. Yeah, just under 20 years ago. I was very inspired as a mosaic artist while I was doing my filmmaking. And before I got into filmmaking, I was a child salesman and I was a youthful worker for Salvation Army, and all that. Assistant youth leader, whatever, pastor. And um, and then of course, I went away from that. I went down to do my filmmaking, and then I took all my, I was working part time in a again, carrying on, I was working as a child salesperson, child warehouse salesperson, looking after stock and stuff, and then outfits, I think. And also, I was working as a chef, as a bistro chef at a sports cafe, sports tavern, Uh, and so I was working long hours. Let's just say that I was working, studying full time for my degree, and I was working long hours. Anyway, so I was doing mosaics and stuff, which I'd already started doing, and I'd sold a few, right? I was pretty pretty good at mosaics and stuff like that. But yeah, done quite a lot of areas, but mainly for my family and friends. Um, and out of that, I only have one big one, a summer ray in front of, next to a tree, in front of Mount Fuji, very gray tones and so on. And so what um what that's leading into is that while I was there, I was reading a whole bunch of like comics and stuff, and I found Blade of the Immortal uh, manga that was there, and I was going through it, and I saw this beautiful fight scenes in it, and then so I'd done a bunch of them, mosaics that is of it, of that fight scene, triplets, double. two, side by side, two pieces, and a bunch of singles. We They got misplaced over the last 20 years, 20 odd years, and I don't know where they are. And out of that, all I've got kept is the Mount Fuji one, and which is quite beautiful. Now, let me think. Right. So anyway, so got sick, right, recently, last month, and then came out of it and thought, you know what? I remember those mosaics. I remember I should do Manji as my cosplay, not somebody else, not just some random made up character, but I could just cosplay as a Sunstay, oh, no, as a as a as a costume, right? As a costume. So I decided, well, that's what I'm going to do. I downloaded a whole bunch of patterns, and I posted that I was going to do that. And so this is my second attempt at cosplay. I tried this like in 2019 when I first did a convention. And but like what I and so it's up there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's up there, the gray thing. Let me see. It's this one here. So I was doing costume of our character Red Dot, doing the vest, and it's hot. Sorry. And so I was doing that, and then I realized um I couldn't do it. It just didn't fit. I ran out of time. I was annoyed, and I was doing all the work on putting with my friends putting together the convention. It was our first one, and indie comic book convention is what we called it then. Now it's just the pop culture convention, and so on. And the people I was telling you about, my friends, they're the ones who I'm going to be working with this on this upcoming anime convention. Right? I mean, festival. It's a festival, right? And so it's free and it's going to be cool, and I'm quite excited. There's things in there that I've heard about but never been, gotten into, like you know, um, like K-pop. Just not my thing. But I've watched a whole bunch of, you know, not K-pop itself, but the whole anime thing. I love anime, so I've watched quite a few, like the zombie one with the girls who are dead, and or they become zombies, and they try to save their town, and so they form that they try. It's idols, right? Zombie idols, whatever. And so I've been, I'm really keen, and so these guys really supported me over the years while we was, setting up our convention, and it's a real privilege to be able to be asked to do something that's bigger than what you are currently doing. But after 4 years of doing it, people see that you have a skill. You get skills after doing things like that. There's stuff you learn. And so if you've seen Manji's costume, what it is, it's like on one side, on his left, it's black, like the yukata, which is like the samurai kind of kimono, right? So on the left side, it's black. On the right side, it's white. And so this is what I'm doing here. So you can see here, I've been cutting up today with the material and stuff. So you got the black on this side, and then you got the white on the side. The white goes underneath, and the black goes over the top, and it gets tied up with the black set. Now on the back, I'll give you a story about this little rack thing I've made up. On the back, you have this. So you have the black and white. But not only is that, uh, there goes a there's an image Now, I'm just going to tell you about myself, culture, ethnicity, and all that, just so you don't get all weirded out. I'm a Indian. I'm a Fiji-born Indian. So for us, I hope that's no, that's the wrong way. So it's going to probably look this way, right? Yeah. So I'm hoping that this arms of this is going left. Yeah, it's pointing left. Okay, please let me don't freak out on me and say I'm nuts or anything like that, because this is basically what's on the back of the costume, the original costume, because it means mind, right? It's a name, so the character has the character on the back of the thing. So it points to the right. Sorry, on my bad. So it points to the right, not the Nazi way, which I think it points to the left. Something like I can't remember. Sorry, I want to make a big bad thing of this. It might be the other way around. I'll have to look. Um, just to be correct, I'm just going to check on the computer. I'm actually on my phone with you guys. Do the broadcast. Yeah, it's going to be this right. Yeah. So it's the other way. So I've done it backwards. My bad, because I was using my TV monitor screen tied up to my it's my computer thing screen. So it goes right, right. No, sorry, it is left. I was right all along. It points left, right. My left hand, the 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 angle points left. So the Nazi one points right, right. So it goes the other way, and that's how you know. So the symbol is called a swastika, right, which was appropriated by Nazis, by Hitler, of course, as a symbol, of power or dominance or this disgusting thing it's become. Whereas it has such beautiful meanings, right, about the swastika and why the creator of Blade of Immortal, sorry, I can't remember the name right now. And of course, Google's your friend, right? Um, and and I was looking at it. It was one of the first uh, mangas to be brought into the West, if I remember right. Uh, but the first one for this exact reason. It was picked up by Dark Horse, and that's how I got to read the manga. I really want to get the manga going for myself. Um, and so what happens if he said usually they would mirror it so you could read left to right, whereas you know that in kanji and mangas you read right to left. And so if they mirrored this, it'll be like the swastika, right? And not like the manji, like the well-meaning goodness, because if you know about Hindus, they have that everywhere as part of the thing, because it means totally different to what the Western world knows today, right? Due to World War II, that disgusting thing that happened there, uh, and that can't be was it downgrade? No, dismissed. That cannot be dismissed. My great my grandfather on my stepfather's side actually was in the war, in the Second World War, um, fighting for the Allies. He's a Brit, so we have strong ties in our family to it, and we do not downplay the lives of our family members and the lives of everybody else's family members that had their lives, and especially the Jewish people who were targeted in so many numbers, as well as the gypsies, handicapped, so many people. If I remember, he targeted gay people, gay people as well. So yeah, not a good guy, as you guys, yeah. But I mean, here's the thing, right? I am the title of this video, right, this live stream, is three words that have no more, that have lost their meaning or whatever. Does the meaning, or I can't remember. Anyway, three words that have no that have no longer have that's the same meaning. Whatever. So about a month ago, or maybe yeah, possibly a month ago, I was on a site, right, on a group site, saying how you know I partnered up to put on this. My team and I we partnered up to work on this anime festival, and all of a sudden, all this stuff came out, and yeah, about what people didn't like or didn't, people the other side of the team that was involved in this. Now, um, it was what it was before what we got involved in. So, but people decided that, hey, look, this is he's promoting as a he's targeting us if he's responsible for all of it. I'm like, yeah, no. But anyway, so it started getting out of hand. So I left, and when I left, it got way more out of hand because I was like, I don't need this. I just came here to say, hey, look, we're doing something for the community. You want to come, come. If you don't, it's up to you. We'd love to have you either way. So it started getting a bit, disgusting. And I just thought, well, it's no point hanging around here, so I left. Now, I know, to me, as I said, there was a lot more being said, a lot more being posted. My personal uh, um, social media was getting screenshots from things from the past. And so what I didn't even know this, right? Because like I said, I've been ill during this time, this was happening, and I just come back, and so I just started saying, and then one of my team members goes, this, this is getting out of hand. Did you see this? I said, yeah, this is what happened. I was like, no, no. So I just said, yeah, it's all right, and then I didn't realize that. So I thought that what she was referring to was what was the first instance of people getting upset. And then after that, the day after, I looked at what she had written, and I mean what she had screenshot because I just I think it was middle of the night or late night. I found out that there was terrible things said of it, and I was not happy. There's other things like I mean, when people who don't know you try to cancel you, try to you know try to do things that make them feel good, right? I know a lot of I never I sometimes like to troll and stuff, like be sarcastic. I like to make jokes, and I never aim down. That's one of the things that I just don't do because I just think to pick below, as they say, level the line, or pick on someone, or harass somebody, or target someone, you know, that isn't in the public eye. I guess I became in the public eye to these people anyway. So as you can see, my sleeves done. Oh no, I need to do that. So, so I got my so I went and checked it out. I took screenshots and I found out that what they've been saying, what they call me racist, misogynist, and the transphobic. And I was like, those three words have lost their meaning, but also aimed at me. It's pretty, pretty upsetting because it's not true. And I mean, upsetting because it's not true, but also they don't know nothing about me. And to do that, it's pretty disgusting because they're targeting someone on their own level, right? Which is what I'm saying. That like usually, if I'm talking about anybody or if I'm saying anything funny or trying to troll someone, you know, or something, comment something, it's always up, right? They're politicians, celebrities, multi-millionaires, corporations. That that right? That's where I'm at. But to see someone people target me who basically trying to do something with the community. Not that I'm anybody special, right? That wasn't what I was thinking about. I was thinking more about why try to defend my character, why try to, you know, take shots at me because I never did anything to any of them. And not only that, but none of them know me. And like personally, I don't know them either. And so the cool thing was that some of some people were standing up for them, but I wasn't there to stand up for myself. So I don't, so once I saw that, I got upset and I'm trying to get back in the group and I made a post from one. And I just said, hey, look, you guys, what you're doing is two things. First, you're trying to damage my business, my company, people that are involved, right? So I have female workers, I have LBT, LBT, LBG, LBGT, yeah, uh, staff. I have staff who are multiracial, yeah, different races, and you're going to be, by doing what you're doing, you're hurting the business, which they're earning from, right? Which they're working for by, by putting on this event with me, by being staff members there, and so on. And so I thought, if yeah, you're going, they're basically targeting two things, and so the weird thing was like by their appearances, right? I could see that they were in their 20s to 30s, like that. There's the Zoomers, I don't know whatever they call them now. I'm a Gen X, so we've been through a lot, and so we know how to deal with this sort of stuff because over time, that's where we got there. And, hey, this is huge. But I wanted to use this. I wanted to hold on, sleep in a bit, see what happened. But also, as you can see, it's up to sorry, you can't see it, but it goes all the way down to my feet, which I don't want. So, but I put it there so I can actually kind of like make it a bit heavier when it goes down, when the costume goes down. So because I'm going to fold it at the bottom and I'm going to try to make it cool. So with that thing the case, I kind of thought, well, the other thing you're doing is you're actually defending me and you're actually targeting me with these three words that have no meaning when it comes to me. But the fact is that you're doing it to harass, to bully, and you know, because without realizing it, you're actually being the very things you're claiming to be, right? Um, because, and this is the sadness of this sort of like targeting, uh, because people get upset over like this is the thing about Zoomers, they get upset over everything, right? Just give me 1 second to get to find the picture of Margie. Yeah, yeah, it has to go. So just got to cut up this swastika. So or the Margie symbol. So yeah, so of course I wasn't in the group anymore and wouldn't get posted. So I did a message. I was upset. Like I was upset because I felt that like it was unfair targeting. And not only unfair, damaging because it meant that people's earnings, right? People's earnings, income, business were being targeted because some people were behaving like children instead of dealing with it like adults directly with those who are there actually upset with, not just someone who's on social media trying to promote something good for the community, right? So it was, I wrote a long message. I don't know. essay about it. Well, not essay, but it was long because I wanted to make sure that everybody was clear. And I mean, everything I said was clear, and it things the points that I wanted, you know, that they had raised. And so, you know, I asked them, I mean, not that it's going to be posted out there, but I'm just want to let you know. So I said, look, misogynist, racist to who? You haven't said who I'm racist to. Who am I misogynist to? Who am I transphobe to? And I just said, look, there's two things I believe. I mean, there's one thing I believe about children, that they should not be messed with at all, right? They can make their choices when they become adults. They can choose whatever they want to do when they become adults. But, and if that means that I'm a transphobe, then I said that's fine, right? I don't mind that because as a member of the LGBT, right, I don't like to announce what I want, what I do in the bedroom, or, who I do it with, whatever. And that's not nobody's business. I kind of find it weird that this generation has become so right. The Zoomers are so things with what people do in the bedroom or with their privates and so on. And so to the point that they want to get kids have them chopped off. And I just thought there was kind of, you know, bit on the nose that they try to say that I'm this and this because they don't even know what I believe. So I told them what I believe. But of course, that message won't get put out there because, hey, the admins say I'm no longer part of the group because, or they can't let me be part of the group. Don't put the post out because, it's a bit, well, there's some heavy-handed things I said, accept them because I said, listen, if you guys decide, if you let this defamation go ahead, you're basically affecting my business, and you're letting people defame me. So anyway, so they came back, wrote me a message back, and they said, "Look, we're going to remove those." And I said, "Cool." 4 weeks too late, right? The damage is already done. Now, people out in the real world, not on social media, who don't really care about these things, and they get on with their lives because they're too busy. They're raising kids, raising family, worry about their families, their relationships, and all that. They're not going to be aware of what's all this gossip and drama. And here's the thing: the group, right, has a no drama policy as a rule, has a no bullying, harassment policy as a rule, no racism, misogyny, right? All the stuff that they, or transphobia, right? Or homophobia, whatever. Everything they claim that are was. And so, I pointed out and said, look, your group itself, you people allowed this to, go ahead and be both, allowed it to happen. And you came in 4 weeks later, allowing the damage to go in. Because that's when they locked up the comment section 4 weeks later. One person that you know, who I'd say was, who I know, on the post, they were calling them out, saying, "Hey, Edmund, why are you letting them bully and harass them? They don't even know them, and this is not cool." And so, yeah, but they said, oh, they came in and said, oh, okay, oh yeah, we've been monitoring the system, like the situation for 4 weeks, right? For 4 weeks, and then as far as I could do the post, right, until they closed down, it was 4 weeks. So after 4 weeks, they closed the post down. Isn't it funny, right? They break your rules and you don't do anything until somebody calls you out. And then you say, oh, this is a safe place. Yeah, we're a safe place for this. We want this place to be safe. This is what I hate about the word about safe places. People that, safe for who? Who are you guys keep it safe for? The people that are crap. in your group, in your own little hive mind, right? Or people who don't go along with, you know, with the whole hive, right? People who want to think for themselves, who want to believe what they believe for themselves. Because hey, I've been in religion, and I'll tell you this much: woke people are a cult, right? I've seen cults. I've read about cults, right? I've been around people who are cultists, right? So so I'm very aware how um, how cult-like the woke SJW people are, and a lot of these people who are commenting were that. Because you see, if you're upset with someone, you go directly to them and say that. Like I did, I was upset. I went to the admins. I said, "This is what I'm thinking about," and they basically said, "Oh, you should report them." It's like I didn't even know what was happening, and I mean, I knew it was starting to happen, and I just like laughed. I didn't know that they kept doing it and made it worse, and they kept saying all these things, which broke all their rules. And so, but the thing, so I thought that was quite funny because, hey, you know, you're breaking you're allowing your own rules to break, but you're going to watch over. And then I'm like the person who's getting bullied and harassed and being targeted with all these malicious things. I'm the one who should have reported it when I wasn't even there, when they're the admins, when they're the rule makers, right? But I'm the one who's been like, told you, oh, she's done this, she's done this. Like, yeah, but you guys in charge. I wasn't there, right? I didn't tell them I was ill. It's none of their business, right? But the fact was that I wasn't there, and they were, and it was their group. I didn't make the rules, so that's why I don't. I mean, I don't really like groups of rules. I think because if you need to let people talk, because sooner or later you'll find out what their real true motives and beliefs are, what they really think. Like I found with these people. See, they thought that I was a transphobe. It was like, no, they were. If I was homophobic, they were. If I was a gossip, straight up, they were. Right? They thought I was racist, but they were. Right? So I found this thing, like the whole idea of uh, the three words, right? Transphobe, racist, and misogyny is so overused that there's no like no blood in it anymore. There's nothing there for people to just everybody's just gonna don't care anymore. Doesn't mean any. That's just another word with no meaning. Except these people, these Zoomers that have no idea what those words actually mean and how people were used to be treated only a decade ago, right? Because they're children, right? They're in primary school and they're children. They don't know what people have to deal with, right? Um, you know, in these various communities, but they think they know more. They know all this stuff, so they get to make up the rules. But and they huddle in their safe places and they target people that don't toe the line with them, that don't believe what they believe. And so that's basically it. You know, the three words with no meaning. I mean, no more, no guts, so no sincerity. People would just ignore, right, from now on because these people who claim to be for these people, on those people's sides, are actually the same people who bully, malign, and defame because people don't because people don't they don't like them. They like people who just even slightly don't agree with their way of thinking, or that they have favorites, and so you know they target people group, the whisper network, right? But yeah, so I you know it's been a tough couple of weeks, and I didn't So I just needed to get off my chest. So if you're out there and you think, oh, the three words, you're calling somebody these three words, a racist, misogynist, especially when it comes to guys, right? If you're targeting guys, males. Really think about it. Why are you calling them transphobe, misogynist, or racist? Is it because they actually are that? Or that you're afraid that you will be seen as that yourself? That that you're hiding those things within your own heart and soul and mind, right? And you're afraid you might be found out. And so because you might be found out, you decide to head out first, right? You decide to target first because you want to be seen as an ally, right? To women, allied to females. You're a male, so, I guess, but it's the same thing, male feminists, right? So you target others who don't go along like you do because you want something from the females. But people like me don't really care about, right? We don't need to run after females, right? Don't have to worry about that because hey, somebody likes you, they'll tell you. But if you're trying to join groups just so to get into the good books of the females, well, let me tell you, folks, they'll find you out that you're just playing games to get into their pants, and then they'll call you the misogynist, right? Because if you're a male feminist, as we've found out, and this is a weird thing. A few years ago, a friend of mine, a radio host, who actually got me a radio gig. I was going to be interviewed for the first time in years that I was going to be on the radio, and that's been about over a decade. And she said to me, "No, it was surprising to me, right? Because I thought that, according to me, a Gen Xer, remember, not someone from this generation where words have become different, have different meanings, and they are, you know, they're said, used in a different ways." He said to me, "Are you a male feminist?" I said, "What? I used to be, but I've realized that I don't need to speak for women. I don't need to be an ally for women because women have their own, what is that word? You know, they are their own person. Now, if something happens there in harm's way, I will jump in. Because I've done this several times, right? Where I've jumped into the middle of fights to stop people hurting the smaller guys, right? And so, or whatever, if somebody's wrong, it just doesn't even matter to me. It was like I just jump in and just try to calm it down. Because why? I don't know. And things can get really, really out of hand very fast. That it's not that people don't try to calm the situation down. And so, libation, as I say, this is Phoenix, New Zealand, lemon and lime with natural village. That's better. But anyway, so yeah. And I said, why? She said, well, you know, yeah, I just wanted to know. She couldn't go into any more than that. I said, yeah, that's what I used to think because I've been, I have my mom, who I care about very much. I have my sister, who I'm very close to, and both my mum and sister, and and I wouldn't, I don't think I would not be, you know, someone who worries and cares about them. I would like to treat everybody the same, right? And so I found that quite interesting when you asked me that. And so anyway, so we got on quite cool. I went and did an interview with her about, what I thought I was and stuff. And when I came out, she said, "Oh, should give him his own show." The manager said, "Oh, well, have you done it before?" Yeah, I said, decades ago. And I had my own 2 hour show, and so on a tribal radio station, and had a lot of people that I used to interview and stuff. And I said, "Oh, what do you want to do?" I said, "Oh, this and this and this." And she's like, "Okay." And yeah, so it was fun. But then we, got into all this other stuff, and then here we are now. Okay, over the time, I mean, like a few years back, right? I I went to a really blue period, as they call it, like depression and stuff. So in that time, I just didn't do anything. But then when I came out of it in 2018, uh, I got some advice from my sister. Um, when you're lonely and you're depressed and stuff, she said, find the one thing, in my case, was food, that makes you happy and do it, right? That brings you joy and do it. And that's what I've been doing. It's going to be happy, it's going to be joy. But it's also brought a target on my back. And, as this is the latest one over the years. And so it's because whenever you step out of the square, right, that everybody's in, or the circle, whatever they're going to say, the hive, right, that everybody's in, then people treat you differently and they want to control you. And if you're not, people like control you. So if you're not, if they can't control you, they'll do things to, you know, try to get you to fall in line with them. But I'm old school punk mentality. So it doesn't really work with me when people try to do that. And plus, I'm a child of history. I research a lot, and so with that, I for my writing stuff like that. And so, as a writer, I need to know a lot of stuff, right? Histories, I'm not, I can't tell exact dates and stuff, but I can tell you what I know about what I know and what I remember, because, like I said, I get to the editors, and sometimes memory can get a bit foggy. And so, yeah, okay, so that's going to work. 2 years. Hmm. Well, let's talk about this one here. So, see the back way? It is. It faces to the right. Yeah, it faces to. Yeah. So I have to kind of make it small. It's quite large in mine, just really big. So I'm going to right here. It's going to be crazy. So I have to do a new one. Uh, yeah. Anyway, I don't think I can tell you guys about anything else. But here's the thing: I'm going to leave you with, right? You're probably going to catch this sometime going through my trailers and stuff. Um, so if you aim across and down in your targeting, you're going to find that people do the same thing to you, because especially if you don't know people, it's not good to aim across and down. And the best thing in life, right, like I said, is to find out what you love. This is the cure for your mental illness, right, or your depression or your sadness. Think this is what will bring you joy. Remember, this is what my sister told me, and she's a good Christian lady, right? I'm not a Christian. I'm probably a heathen, pass myself as a heathen. Yeah. But here's what I tell you, right? And I've said that before, but here's the final. Find what you love or enjoy and do it. Spend your time getting better at it, or doing more of it, or sharing it with people, and so it'll bring joy to their lives as well as it brings to you, and you grow from it. Of course, be ready for the arrows as they fly at you, because people will know.
not understand why you're doing what you're doing. They don't know what's inside your head or in your mind. Same thing, right? Uh, Head, but in your mind is something else, right? Because what motivates you and stuff, and what's in your heart, because that's where your passions come from, right? I guess. And so they don't know all that. They just see you as this little blip on social media, or they heard about or read about or whatever I've had mentioned, or they saw a video clip or something like that, right? So, and they have no idea about that, about you. So with that in mind, just find what you like, man, and do it. Do lots of it. If you find yourself depressed or down, do lots of it, right? I'm doing a manji later than mortal cosplay. I have to get this ready by. I thought I'm thinking like by the mid, probably in about 3 weeks. That has to be ready. I actually borrowed my sister's sewing machine. It's just funny, isn't it? And my sister, I said if I can borrow it so I can make this costume. So she sent it over with my brother. But yeah, as you can see, oh yeah, I was going to say before, but as I say about this wire, this metal piece, this hanging that I've solid two pieces, the two extra pieces that are about this long and that long. So that now is being used wonderfully as a mannequin hanger, right? Because why not? And the reason I'm asking is I found them on the street in town, walking home. I was just sitting outside the freaking street. Somebody just thrown it out of their car. And it's a metal piece, very like plastic. And I thought, we have these banners, like there's a large banner that some students made for a convention. And I thought it would be great if I could put through that and put it on nice and straight. Usually we just pin it up because it's nice that you can draw the scene, but it would be cool to have this up there because it's all nice and straight. Yes, do it. But like I said, look at it. The payment's really cool. Right? You get this thing together through that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have figured out how to take it all out, bring it to, you know, sew it up. So I'll probably start sewing this up tomorrow. Then we'll take a break there, go get some dinner. It's 6 o'clock in New Zealand. Wherever you are, be well. Um, and I was going to say be kind, but you should already know that. But be well wherever you are, and whatever your passion is, chase after it. And more than that, whatever your dream is, don't stop chasing after it until you've fulfilled it. It might change over time, and you might find that it gets bigger, or you need to make that smaller, and another dream comes on. But don't don't let what other people say or do limit you in what you want to do with your life and how far you want to go with it. And the only person, um, and I heard Ye say that today, that the only person that can limit is you, right? Nobody else, because unless you let other people limit you, then you're limited, or something like that. Anyway, just take it as my words. I think I mis miss things, whatever interpret it. I mean, said what he said, but the only one that's going to stop you is you, in your run, in your walk towards your dreams. Um, People might come in and try to take it away from you, or push you away from it, or dissuade you from doing it. But it's up to you to choose, um, and make the choices you want to make, right? And wherever you are, I don't know you, you don't know me, but remember, don't target across and don't target down, because those are people you want to, like those people across from you is the people you want to take up, and those people that are down from you other people you want to lift up. So that's it. Now I'm waffling. I don't like to waffle. So cook you down or wherever you are, be well, be safe. We'll see you next time.